Do you have is there anything like we'll do a couple like random questions, but is there something you want to see like Astoria, like you want to see get built or created in Astoria, either like just like community wise or like just some like a physical thing that we need here?
Well, yeah. I'm like plug it. I'm gonna plug Dave's right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Dave's, the like mutual aid space by day, music venue by night. That is a bar like made for and by queer women, trans, and non-binary people. Is I think a thing that Brooklyn definitely has more of, both like queer queer community nightlife spaces and daytime spaces and music venues. And as a lover of both of those things and like a patron of the arts and a patron of the bar,
Absolutely.
I think that what myself and the whole Dave's team is working on to make that happen here in the community is I think will change it a lot.
Sarose, how you doing?
Hi, friend. I'm
Hello.
good. How are you?
Good. You got a little San Pellegrino?
Oh, yeah. I saw
fancy?
somebody else do it, and then I wanted to do it. That's exactly how that happened.
It's a beautiful summer day. It still feels like spring, but
It's gorgeous.
it's gorgeous. Where were you? What brought you to this neighborhood?
Well, I wanted to be kind of close to my grandpa, so off the R, just a couple stops.
Yeah?
Yeah, and honestly,
Is he still there?
he was until he passed, but like,
Hell yeah. Story
Yeah.
of ride or die.
yeah. So what brought me here, like originally was I was in college and I was planning an event. So maybe this is a story for you. So I was pre-med in college.
Okay.
I was a neuroscience major.
Ooh.
And loved it. Like, do not regret studying that. Still love science, still love all of that. But somewhere in there, I went to like a small school in Western Massachusetts, and we kind of had to like make our like social life for us there.
Yeah.
And so somewhere in there, I got very into organizing events on campus and like in with the student activities office and social chair of this org and social chair of this class board and whatever. And also somewhere in there, I got very gay. And so
So we're just having fun.
yeah, having a great time. So my like what I told my parents was that my co-curricular experience on campus was proving to be more of a learning experience than my classroom experiences. And by that I meant I don't want to be a doctor, I want to be a party planner.
I like women in events now.
Yeah. So I somehow tricked the school into giving me money to plan our first like contingent to march in the New York City Pride march. And they gave me money and
Damn.
Yeah, and they were like, hey, I have this money, and because you're going to be in New York, we're actually going to give you even more money because it's so expensive there. And so I like got this, and then like a couple days later randomly met someone that lived in Astoria and was looking to sublet her apartment around the corner from where we are now, on 31st Street. Looking
Train noise?
Yes, perfect. The vibrations put me to sleep.
Really?
Yeah, I was really into it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the was expecting. Okay.
I know. I think I grew to love it. I think I like tricked myself into being like, this is great. This is atmospheric.
Did you ever, after that, living there, go anywhere like really, really quiet and feel weird?
Yeah, back to Western Massachusetts. Quite bizarre. There were stars and horses and yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, so that's how I like wound up in Astoria, fell in love with it, graduated just like 3 months later and was like, I need to move right back. And then I did. And now I'm here and I'm not going anywhere.
And you didn't get, that's great. You didn't finish the medical thing, obviously, right?
Oh no, no. I was like one class short of like my like full like med school prereqs.
Yeah.
I think I needed like organic chemistry too.
Oh.
And I was like, I think instead I'm just gonna bounce.
That's the time to call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love Astoria too. Like I love this neighborhood a lot. I think a lot about like, I moved all over growing up, or not growing up, but like after college. I lived in Virginia and Texas and Arkansas and Connecticut and all these places. And I kept thinking like I need to get to New York because like that's the place to be. And then when I got here, like I immediately just like found Astoria and started living here. And then like there's part of my brain that was like, well, is there like, should I be exploring like other neighborhoods or should I check? And you have to be like, one, this place is great, and then two, you also have to like at some point just accept where you are. Like you're in New York City, like just like you're here, like just do it. And like find the people and things and about your neighborhood and like become a part of it. And like it's been great. Yeah.
Yes to all of that.
Yeah.
I like maybe once every couple months I'm like, Brooklyn?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, it's right there if I want to go so bad.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't stop me from, I don't know. Do you get this a lot where people are like, oh, but like Astoria is so far, like,
yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to make it to Astoria today.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I that's just like not in my vocabulary.
Yeah.
Like I commuted for 2 years to Sunset Park.
Yeah.
I would get on the train here and it would say, next stop, 36th Avenue. And my stop was 36th Street in South Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I was like, I still went to work every day. I still came home every day. Like it didn't stop me from doing anything. So I think it's also like, it's relative. It's like your priorities.
Yeah.
And there's no place like it here.
And like Brooklyn, like here's my, obviously first, I think wherever you live, you should like defend it vigorously. Like fuck everywhere else. Fuck Brooklyn. Queens is where it's at now. But also like I will say like the thing about like being like Brooklyn, like I love to go there and have fun and to party and it is great. But it is like there is like a there's a, like I feel like you have a little more stability in Astoria, and there's a little bit like just kind of like low key real people vibes, whereas like Brooklyn is like it feels like more of a party a lot, which is good, but it's also like sometimes like if you're trying to get stuff done, this is like I feel like a little bit like better balance of a place.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean like right, I was at a friend's event in Bushwick last night.
Yeah.
Two events. I went to a show and then I went to like a pride party, and I biked there. I was like, I'm gonna bike there today. It's a really nice night.
Yeah.
Like getting
Might
back,
do that tonight.
Getting back into it, and I literally have to be back at the same club to work a pride party tonight until 4 a.m. But I get to wake up in Astoria, and like this morning, just like waking up here, like knowing the garbage I got into yesterday and like the you know what I mean, like all the debauchery that I was like, oh, but not here. Like this feels like sacred space to me, and it's got all like right it's got the bar scene, it's got the families, it's got the diversity, it's got the fucking food.
Absolutely.
Like it's got it all. It just like doesn't make it take the scene so seriously,
exactly. It's not as like sometimes like Brooklyn feels so pretentious. We have like actual like immigrants here who like work for a living, and they kind of ground you and remind you that like it's not just a fucking your own TV show all the time.
Yeah, and like I think for a lot of people coming that aren't from New York, right? Like in my head, I was like, well, obviously I'm, when I, have money and move out whenever that is, like as like a teenager, I was like, I'm gonna move to Queens. I didn't think it would be a story like the cool part of Queens, because like I'm born in, well, I guess now Ridgewood is also cool, but like like Maspeth and like spend a lot of time in like Rego Park, Forest Hills, like other parts of Queens that like Astoria is like, this is like when if you're like from Queens, like Astoria is like where you would come when you were like in high school and like go smoke shisha, like Luke on Steinway, and like your prom dress maybe on Steinway, like that was like that's like the cool
that's
thing,
awesome. Hello.
Hey cuties. Hi. But yeah, Astoria, A-town.
Do you have is there anything like we'll do a couple like random questions, but is there something you want to see like Astoria, like you want to see get built or created in Astoria, either like just like community wise or like just some like a physical thing that we need here?
Well, yeah, I'm like plug it. I'm gonna plug Dave's right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Dave's, the like mutual aid space by day, music venue by night. That is a bar like made for and by queer women, trans, and non-binary people. Is I think a thing that Brooklyn definitely has more of, both like queer queer community nightlife spaces and daytime spaces and music venues. And as a lover of both of those things, and like a patron of the arts and a patron of the bar,
Absolutely.
I think that what myself and the whole Dave's team is working on to make that happen here in the community is I think will change it a lot.